Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So I wanted to tell you a story about a conversation I had with a young man several years ago. We're sitting in, inch-long traffic in Chicago, and he got on the radio, was just bitching up a storm about some gal putting on her makeup in her car, and which if we're inching along, as long as she's kind of keeping with the program a little bit, whatever, But I got on the radio and I told him, I said, you have to remember that this is the difference between them and us. I said, when we get into the truck, we leave all our problems with everybody, with the whole world at the door of that truck, because we need to focus on what we're doing. I said that young lady, she's thinking about everything except driving. I said with these four-wheelers, when they're going to work, she's thinking about her daughter's ballet recital, little Timmy's t-ball practice, the argument she had with her husband just before they left, the great sex they had last night, what she's going to make for supper tonight, her big presentation that she's got to give at work today. She's thinking about everything except driving. Part of our job as truck drivers is to anticipate her next move, or his. I'm using her because that was the story he was relaying. But the men do it too, four-wheelers in general. They're on their way to work and they're thinking about everything except driving. But it's our job to anticipate what they're going to do. We have to put our mind 3 steps ahead of everybody around us. You have to know, you have to scan your horizon in front of you and behind you and beside you, and anticipate what everybody's doing and constantly come up with an out. What am I going to do if this guy does this and this guy does this? What am I going to do to get away from that situation? And it's just a constant game of Frogger, if you will. How do I get out of this without killing somebody? But like I say, that's what separates us from them. And the sooner you young drivers realize that, the better driver you'll be. Just be on your toes all the time. And I remember something my dad told me back when I was 14 years old learning how to drive. He said, whenever you see somebody sitting at a stop sign or something, assume they're going to pull out in front of you. Assume they're gonna. Be prepared for it. He says, or any other dumb move they can make. He said, just assume they're going to do it. He said, take defensive driving to the next level. That's all I got for today, folks. Be safe out there, all right? And hey, you know what? If you like these videos, hit that like button. And I want to hear your comments, of course. Share it with all your friends. And be sure and subscribe, all right? Appreciate you guys indulging me. Take care.